Swansea. It was an ugly, lovely town, reckoned the poet Dylan Thomas. Well, maybe this was its ugly, lovely football ground. The Vetch Field, now an ugly, lovely wasteland. Derelict for the past 6 years, but borrowed time almost up. Within weeks, it'll be demolished and only memories will remain.
Fantastic scenes here at the Vetch. The Swans are promoting for the second.
Oh, what a sidestep. What a shot and what a goal. James Thomas is through. Thomas against the keeper, chips in. Oh yes! Super! Swansea City will stay in the Football League.
Creating their own modern history at Swansea, two men who were part of that great Football League survival match against Hull and the last ever game at the Vetch, a cup tie with Wrexham.
Strange, I think it's the first time I've been back since the Wrexham game, you know, so you left the stadium, you know, in perfect condition, and you come back today and you see you know, overgrown trees on the pitch and you know, the mess about. It is a strange feeling, you know, coming back after that day.
What was it like, Alan, actually to play here?
It was brilliant. Some of the games when sort of we wasn't really playing well, we was a bit low, and especially like when me and Leon first come, the confidence was low. Like we were bottom of the league by 6 points. The fans would get behind you no matter what, and the one that everyone thinks of is the whole game as well. Which, if you ask any player who played in that game, Leon played in it, he'll tell you it was probably the best atmosphere that we'd ever seen down here, and probably since then as well.
There's a good picture of you being carried off the pitch. You look a bit nervous there as you're being held aloft on the shoulders. What are you thinking? Yeah,
it's a bit nerve-wracking. Obviously, it's nice. You know, I want to celebrate with the fans, but at the same time, I was kind of being held aloft. But people underneath me trying to rip boots off, socks off, shorts off. So it was you know, people was obviously very emotional, very excited and relieved with what happened. So it was a moment to remember. You know.
Can you believe it sometimes that the progress that you made from that day to where you are now?
Back then, you'd have thought, oh, in 8 years, 9 years, Swansea will be challenging to get in the Prem, because people would have just thought you was bonkers, really. But it's a massive achievement, and me and Leon's played a small part in that, and it's something that we can look back on at the minute and be very proud of.
At the Liberty Stadium, Swansea are unbeaten against Cardiff, and they head into Sunday's match on the back of another big derby result, a 2-0 win at Bristol City.
For us in previous years, it's been a very hard place to go to. I think our record's not been brilliant there, but you know, we showed good character and we played very well. And I think we thoroughly deserved the game. And I think it showed when you're walking off the pitch at an away stadium and the fans are clapping you off, you know, the home fans. So it showed that we played very well.
This is the biggest Welsh derby. Both clubs right up there within the chance of the top two. It's massive. Yeah,
I think it shows how both clubs have progressed, you know, to every season that we've been involved in the last 2 or 3 years, to say this one's the biggest and then the next season it's the biggest again. I think it shows that both teams are doing very well, progressing, and you know, it's good. I know there's the rivalry between the two clubs, but it's good for Welsh football to see both clubs doing well. You know, being at the top end of the Championship, challenging for Premiership football, it can only be good for Welsh football.
We're well aware of how big the game is and how different it is. Although it's only 3 points if you win, it's not the end of the world. If you don't win, it's not going to change your season, but it's a game that the fans think it is the biggest game, and they are right. It is the biggest game for us and for them.